Thank you. Thank you, Cynthia. Like I've said on other coaching sessions, it seems like the older I get, the quicker time goes by. And I don't know if that's happening to everyone, but it seems for me, the older I get, the quicker the time goes. So first things first, I want to welcome, we have a couple guests on the line today. I see Joseph Chen, who is a friend of Jen's. I see Palver Singh is on. We have a couple guests on the line today. So if you have a minute and you are not driving, Joseph, you want to do a quick introduction, brother?
Sure. Hi, everyone. I was just passed my real estate exam a week ago, and I was working at Open Table, and I worked with AB, which is Jen's sister. And you referred me to Jen, and here I am today. So I'm just kind of looking to see which brokerage I want to join, and it seems like EXP seems exciting. So here I am today.
Awesome, brother. Well, welcome. I'm gonna send you a link in just a minute here, so you can look at our company a little bit further. Pamela, let me mute you, and so you can understand the differences with just fast real estate and EXP, so you understand the difference. But nonetheless, my man, welcome and congratulations on passing that exam. Let's go over to Palver. Palver, welcome. You want to go do a quick introduction? All right, we are going to move on. They're on mute, so we are going to move on. So hopefully every one of you had a really great weekend. I most certainly did, had some time to relax and just to think about life and everything in between. And so before we kick this whole meeting off, I'm going to turn it over to Daniel Johnson. Daniel Johnson, I want you to bring us out of the gate, bring us out of the tunnel, bring us out on the field, my man. So I'm going to give the mic to you for a minute. So go ahead and take it away.
All right, everybody. First time doing this. I don't really know what to say, but it's Monday. And, we all know that Mondays are for sharks. Sharks go around. They don't complain. They don't complain about it being Monday. They go around tearing shit up and biting shit because it's Monday. So let's go get it going and let's go get after it.
That's right. That's right. Go around and bite some shit and tear up some stuff.
Bite some shit.
That's right, my man. That's right. So I love it. I got a ton of things I want to talk about today. And obviously I want to talk about your goals from last week, but let's talk a little bit about the Olympics. All right. So if you are watching the Olympics, something monumental happened this year in the Olympics. Something entered into the Olympics for the very first time, which is crazy to even think. But what is one sport that just entered into the Olympics this year?
Skateboarding.
Yeah. Okay. And so let's talk about this, you guys. And I'm glad Jacob Nelson is on. When we think about the roots of skateboarding, what comes to mind? Anybody throw some shit out there. When you think about the roots of skateboarding, what comes to mind?
Surfing.
Dogtown and surfing.
Tony Hawk.
Dogtown, surfing. What else?
Tony Hawk.
Tony Hawk. Yeah, you're absolutely right. What else, you guys?
Penny boards.
Penny boards. Yeah, bro. I love it. I love it. What else, you guys? When you think skateboarding, what comes to mind?
Beach, ocean.
Beach. Punk music. I love this. Yeah. What else?
Peralta.
Bones.
Yeah.
900. The 900.
Ramps.
The 900 ramps, right?
Empty pools.
Empty pools. Nash skateboards back in the 80s. Summertime. Yeah, I love this.
Smoking pot with my friends.
What's that?
Smoking pot with my friends.
Smoking pot with my friends. Yeah. Grinding. Yeah, absolutely. Nicole Capel, what'd you say?
Vans.
Van shoes. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So what else, you guys? Any other thoughts that when you guys think of skateboarding, anything else comes to mind?
Summer. I skateboarded all summer in the 70s.
You did. Nice.
Boardwalk.
The boardwalk. Okay, cool. I love it. I love it. You know, when I think about skateboarding, I always think of skateboarding and always have, because I'm a snowboarder and that's where it was derived from. But I always think of skateboarders were always the rebels, right? Skateboarders were the people that were looked at like, oh my God, what are these people doing, right? These skateboarders, they're out there causing a ruckus. They're like punk rockers, long hair, smoking weed, not caring, going too fast. Like I remember when I first started snowboarding, I watched the movie, you weren't even allowed to take a snowboard on the lifts. You had to walk to the top because they thought it was just a fad, right? So here they are, these these people that represented the street, that used the street to their advantage, to use all the things in their normal environment to jump off of, to grind off of, and to say, you know what, we're going to challenge the status quo. I've always loved skateboarding. I'm from San Diego. I'm not a skateboarder myself, but I'm a damn good snowboarder, I would say, but I'm not a skateboarder. But why do I bring this up? Because when we think it is 2021, to think that skateboarding has came this far, I think that this is an indication that anything is possible. When you think about, you know, the success, the how rogue it was and where it came from, but there was always that, you know, no matter what, we're going to do what we absolutely love. And look where it is now, on the main stage in the Olympics, and people getting out there and doing what they love, and like they can truly make a career out of this. And I just thought how special of a moment that was. And think about this in your own career, you guys. You guys can dare to be different. You guys can dare to be in your own fucking lane and do things the way that you want to do it. And you know what? It's okay, right? It's okay to be the skateboarder of real estate. I always call us, and I've always coined this moniker, that we are the hip hop of real estate. We're the punk rock of real estate. It is okay to be completely different, to challenge the status quo, to roller skate yourself into escrows. I don't care what it is, right? It's okay to have a little bit of that grit, a little bit of that edge. And because look what happened, right? Look what happened to skateboarding. Now it's center stage on the Olympics. And I always correlate these things. I'm always looking for ways to correlate these things to what you guys do out in the field every single day. And so I think if it taught us anything, dare to be who you are. Dare to take those chances. Dare to be just in your own skin and be comfortable with it, right? Be comfortable with it. To think that a skateboarder from the streets, covered in tattoos up to his neck, could win a gold medal. How awesome is that? How awesome is that? Look at us. We came from 12 people at Climb Real Estate less than 2 years ago, and we're going to do $1 billion in production. And we've built this shit in hoodies and t-shirts in our living room. Like, I got chills just talking about it. It's because we took a chance and we said, the world, we're going to do things our way. And we made our own path, and we defined our own success our way. And so I wanted to share that with you. I told everyone last week, I'm a huge fan of the Olympics, and just to see skateboarding on the Olympics, I was like, this is rad. This is absolutely rad. And so thought I would share those thoughts with you guys. And I want to share something with you guys, once again, from the University of Success from Og Mandino. Once again, if you haven't picked up any of these series, any of these books, I want you to read these books, and just, even if you're not going through the whole book, just pick out some things that you like. So it says, true success is a journey, not a destination. The constant demands of readjustment offer a challenge today that never existed before. No longer is preparation something that can be put in a drawer and forgotten about. Success itself has taken on a new definition. It might even be termed today as the constant and continuing preparation of ourselves to meet the constant and continuing changes of our economic system. Yes, success today is a journey, not a destination. When we think about that, I wrote in my notes here, I said success is living, success is breathing, success is motion, success is constant thought, right? We are not just, oh, I'm gonna prepare for my success and now I'm gonna be like, this is constant. The work that you guys do, it's a constant motion, right? It's not that success just arrives one day. It's like constant. I'm always thinking, I'm always doing, I'm always adjusting. How many conversations have we had about the market? How many conversations will we have about the market? Because our economy is constantly going to change and we're always going to have to readjust. Furthermore, in making this trip, the important thing is that we must be constantly moving forward. Yes, the progressive realization of predetermined goal. And our growth should never end. Any person who selects a goal in life which can be fully achieved has already defined his or her own limitation. When we cease to grow, we begin to die. Wanted to share those thoughts with you guys today because, like I said, to me, success is breathing. This is a constant motion. So I wanted to share that. I want to open up any thoughts and ideas on anything that I just shared. And please feel free to share your insights or thoughts on anything that we covered from the Olympics, anything on success that I just shared with you. You guys want to chime in? Feel free to take the mic.
Like, there is no limitations. There, this in the X Games, this little kid, 12-year-old, landed a 1080. So limitations is what you put on yourself. So I mean, a 12-year-old in front of Tony Hawk.
I guess it kind of speaks to like persistence and self-motivation, and like kind of when you're saying like don't be afraid to like be yourself, is these athletes are training with no one watching for like their entire life, for 4 years, 5 years, to get like 1 or 2 minutes of fame, you know? And there's stories of people like messing up at their one opportunity, and then they come back 4 years later and get gold. And so it's like, you know, even if you fail at your dream, there's the opportunity to go back, unless you unless it's physically impossible, which, you know, is you know, I don't know, but like being able to, you know,
David, can you
after
stop?
you fail
David,
once.
can you stop moving?
Oh yeah. Being able to achieve your dream, like, you know, after you fail, get dedication, getting back on that horse and kind of just persevering is what the Olympics kind of like stands for me. You know, like a lot of people didn't make it the first time, they show back up and they get it the second time. So that's kind of like what I take from that is even with the hardships, is just jumping back on and you'll win gold eventually, kind of.
I love it.
And I agree on that, in that sense that, I mean, we're not the first ones to do it, right? We're coming after you guys did it. So now that's how I think improve.
Hey, Alex, your audio is, hey, Alex, your audio is really, really bad. So if you can just cut your video, it'll
I'm sorry.
improve your audio.
No.
No, sorry, Alex.
Okay.
All right, we're gonna move on. Sorry about that, you guys. It's just sometimes the audio is bad, but I heard a little bit of what he was saying. Anybody else want to chime in on this topic?
So for the last 14 years, I've been sponsoring a kid. I'm not the only sponsor, but I've been sponsoring a kid, Ruben Padilla, and he was in training, actually made the Olympic team, and then we didn't have Olympics. He was in training for trampoline. And this year he went to nationals and he missed. He was not chosen for the Olympic team. Absolutely heartbroken. I was heartbroken. His parents were heartbroken. Everybody who sponsored him was heartbroken. And Ruben was the one now he's 20 years old. And Ruben was the one that said to us, hey, it's okay. You guys were there supporting my dream. I still have the dream. My dream hasn't gone away, but now I just need to refocus it in another direction, because the next Olympics he'll be 24. He'll probably be too old for trampoline. So what I learned from Ruben in the last month, and I got to tell you, it was heartbreaking because this kid is fucking amazing, was that sometimes our dreams don't always come true. I'm going to cry. Sometimes our dreams don't always come true, but we need to refocus, and sometimes we need to redream. And that I learned so much from this kid that I've been sponsoring since he was 6 years old. You know, my dream was always to, I don't know, be successful in whatever right that was, have the big house, you know, my dream was, you know, Dan and I will have 2 Cadillacs by the time we're 30. Well, we turned that around. We didn't have 2 Cadillacs by the time we were 30, but we were millionaires by the time we were 30. So that was a redirection of my dream. Watching Ruben lose his chance at the Olympics, which he's been working for forever. We've all been working for forever. We've been by him the whole time. And he was like, it's okay. I just need to redirect my dream. My dream was to have a different life than I have now. Now I'm raising my grandkids who are teenagers, and they're girls, and they're, you know, they've got issues because of their life. So then I thought, well, you know, I'll just continue doing real estate and hang in there. And I wanted to make enough money that I could help, but I was really lonely. I had to redirect my dream and go into a team. I know this is kind of rambling, but as I was listening to Ruben talk about redirecting his dream, my dream was always to be a part of something. And I looked for years. People who know me in this business know that I've looked for years, probably 6 years for a team. And I found this team, and my redirection brought me here. And what I've learned from Ruben's lesson and from my own lesson is that strength united is stronger. We're wonderful one by one, but strength united is stronger. And my redirect brought me to this team, and now my team is my new dream. And I think that we all may have a vision in our heads of what our dream is, but always know that you can be redirected. And I hope that makes sense, kind of my Olympic story there.
No, I love it. And first off, I appreciate you being vulnerable and sharing. And, you know, I just wrote this down, this redream and this revision, right? We've had that conversation before. We did the success multiplier where it was kind of like a full circle. Where am I at? What do my numbers say about where am I at? What is my vision? And do I perhaps need a revision in order to get to the goals that I really want to set? And do I have the right goals? And so I love this. And I appreciate you sharing your insight, Kathy. You know, I highlighted this part, that no longer is preparation something that could be put in a drawer and forgotten about, right? We prepare almost in every single scenario, and we should be in this business, right? Our listing presentations, the market, a new buyer's presentation, I'm going to a showing, I'm doing, like, preparation is constant in this game, not something that I did a while back and like, oh yeah, I prepared 2 years ago and I'm ready. No, your preparation is constant in this game. So I love what you said, Kathy. Anybody else want to share their thoughts on this, on success, or about the Olympics and what we spoke about? Anybody else want to share their insight? Go ahead, Gabrielle.
Yeah, I was just thinking that if success is a living and breathing concept, then it also implies that it can look different day by day or as your goals change or evolve. And so I think that it means being able to evaluate what you're doing and making sure it's still in alignment with what your goals are, or if your goals change, making sure that what you're doing changes to support that.
Totally, totally. I love your insight. Love it. Who else has some thoughts that they want to share on this topic? Patrick, I thought you grabbed the mic, bro.
I can. I don't know. I mean, I think what one thing that I think, to look at it through a bit of a different prism, it's like, I know one thing that happens when athletes go to the Olympics, they spend their whole lives training and they, you know, work themselves to the bone and they ignore everybody just to stay focused. And then they finally get to the Olympics and they get their medal. And then as soon as they get their medal, they don't know what to do with themselves. And I think one of the most important things about the business is like, you know, yeah, you can, you know, get the little bit of a high that you get off of a transaction, but just like getting back on the saddle. And also inversely, like if you, you know, if you go and you compete and then you don't even, you know, place, then also not letting yourself get so defeated. Cause I mean, in theory, that's kind of even a worse nightmare, is you've spent, you know, months and years ignoring family and friends and other responsibilities only to fall short. And so never letting the highs get you too high, never letting the lows get you too low, and just, you know, staying focused on the mission. You know, and I think that's, whether that's the Olympics, whether that's, you know, college championships, whatever, like, I think that it's a pretty common denominator amongst a lot of successful people to like not allow yourself to get swayed too profoundly in either direction, because you'll end up allowing your emotions to sort of steer your ship a few degrees farther than it needs to be.
Yeah,
I think that's a good point. It reminds me kind of like about basketball, where just like the NBA finals just passed, the Phoenix Suns were gunning hard for this. There's a couple members of their team who've never won a championship and a couple members who are beginning. And they lost to another team that was fighting just as hard. And, you know, on the post-game interviews, there is obviously, they just had like a major hurt. And it was kind of like what Patrick was talking about, is like knowing goals after, you know, the goals that you set that you may not have achieved. You know, one of the the players, Devin Booker was like, yeah, it's right back to the drawing board. Like tomorrow I'm back on the plane to go play in the Olympics. Like I'm getting right back on it. Like it hurts. I lost, but like that's not the end goal. Like the end goal is just keep on going. And so that kind of just reminded me of what Patrick was saying, is just like,
Yeah.
you know, there's always another opportunity to get back on and keep going and kind of just resetting goals.
Absolutely. Because when it says here, you know, success today is a journey, it's not a destination. It's like if we're just fully satisfied on us reaching the goal, well, what's past that? And am I celebrating all my wins along the way? Right? I might not have gotten the contract, but damn, I did a good job in booking for the appointment and I overcome some hard objections and I won. So being able to really celebrate the wins along the way as well, I think that's important, right? And not saying, well, I want to make 20 transactions this year. Well, I think that if you set that limit on yourself, then, you know, there's so much more than that. You guys what are you going to do with the money? How are you going to contribute? What did I learn? How did I learn? What did I learn about myself? What did I help other people learn about themselves? Like there's so many other layers upon layers upon layers. So let's hear from 2 more people and then we're going to shift gears and talk about your guys' goals from last week and the goals from this week. Anybody else want to chime in?
I can chime in on this.
Yeah, please, Cynthia.
So it's funny. I was just thinking about this when I was getting ready this morning, because I was like, shit, can I change my goal in the like last couple quarters of the year? And I was like, I don't know. I was thinking about it, going back and forth, and like, I am going to change my goals, and they are evergreen. Like they don't have to stay the same by any means of the imagination. So I'll declare it to you guys first. I'm going to change my goal this year to be more focused in on leadership and mentorship and helping agents achieve their goals. And I know that that will help me achieve my goals too. But this shit's just evergreen. And yeah, like we do need to celebrate the wins, but we got to celebrate the losses too, because those L's, they become lessons. And it's hard. It's so fucking hard. Like I'm still raw from what is happening right now with my clients, but you got to just celebrate that shit and look back on it and think about how could I have done better? Is there anything I could have done better? And what I'll be doing better for the next time.
I love it. I love it. And you guys, you know, Cynthia is part of our leadership team here. And so Cynthia's getting pushed in a way that she's probably never been pushed before. Being on our leadership team is hard because we have very, very high standards because we're running and soon to be $1 billion company, right? And so we have high expectations and high standards for our leaders. And so that push has made her adjust her goals, saying, you know what? I like this and I want to give more and I want to contribute more. And if you guys are on our squad, you guys have seen that. And so I love your insight and I appreciate you sharing, Cynthia, and drive safely. Let's hear from one other person on this topic. Anybody else want to chime in? Please don't be shy. Obviously, no judgment zone. This is an opportunity for you just to share openly.
Hey, Elias, it's Janique. I'm
What's
driving.
up, Janique? Hi there.
Hey. So one thing that comes to mind for me is when I first started real estate, I thought I needed to have a logo and a tagline. And my tagline goes in line with what we're talking about today, is to trust the timing of your journey. And like everyone said, there's ups and downs, but if we trust ourselves or if we're spiritual, we trust a higher power, but always just trust the timing of your journey and learning the lessons and moving on. It's all a big circle.
Wow, I love it. I just wrote that down. I've never heard that. Trust the timing of your journey. I absolutely love that.
Yeah.
Really, really good stuff. Actually, we're going to go to one other person. I haven't seen you in a while. He was down in Southern California. Jeff Phillips, I want your insight on this.
My brother. No, I think it's beautiful. I think, and what I just wrote was a big thing that I've actually had to start learning and being okay with, is that losses turn to lessons and lessons turn to blessings. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? You stay even keel when, like Patrick was saying, when you get the wins, it's like, yeah, you get that emotional high, but you also got to stay even keel. And when the losses come, they're going to come, but just know that, you know what I mean? Like one of my favorite lines that Nip says, you know what I mean? It's not on you, it's in you. it's a part of you. So you know what I mean? You just keep running your marathon, you keep running your journey, and your blessings gonna come.
Man, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. You guys, I'm absolutely loving this conversation. So I appreciate your humbleness. I appreciate your insight. I appreciate your thoughts. And that's why I love sharing, because you're hearing all this different stuff from all your brothers and sisters in all different directions and how they view the world and view success and view the Olympics or whatever it is we're talking about. But yeah, you guys, I wrote that today when I was reading Success is Living, Success is Breathing, Success is Motion, and Success is Constant Thought, right? And I really, truly believe that. And so let's do this, you guys. I want to ask, by a show of hands, how many people were able to achieve their goals that they set last Monday for themselves? We all had our goals. You all wrote them down. So Patrick, let's talk about, your hand is up. What were your goals that you did accomplish last week?
Well, I have a laundry list of goals that I had actually, wrote out for myself the Saturday previous to us having that conversation. And I just decided to focus on a simple one, which was like schedule my day after down to like the letter, like down to my 15-minute breaks. And I just wanted to take these goals one by one, because if I try to just get them all done in one fell swoop, I would have the whole house of cards would have collapsed. And so I just set a really simple goal, and because I knew that was going to be the foundation for all the other pieces. And it's a simple goal, but I was able to get it done every night. I would sit there, open up my iPhone, dial in each block, like I'm telling you, like down to the breaks that I would take. And it's just amazing, because like I definitely have ADD characteristics I have since I was a kid. And the points in my life in which I've been the absolute most successful is when I don't allow myself to fill a vacuum of time with whatever it is my mind wants to do, because it could go in any direction. Just like, honestly, kind of like working out. Like I just need someone to say like, hey, do this now. I'm like, okay, got it. Like I'm going that way now. And sometimes you got to do that for yourself as a fucking grown up. And so, setting your calendar ahead of time is the best way to accomplish that, because then you're keeping track of time. I forget what it's called, but the Parkinson's law is the amount of time allotted is how much time it will take to get that job done. So if you say, oh, I'll get my laundry done by Friday, and you say that on Monday, you'll get the laundry done on Friday. But if you say, from 2 to 4 p.m. is my time to do laundry, you'll fill that vacuum up the same way. And so making sure you're actually allotting yourself time and making it reasonable, and of course, affording yourself breaks, that's sort of how I've begun to draw up my success. And that started last week.
I love it. I love it, you guys. Take this from Kenny and take this from myself. Take this from top producers like Jen and Eric. You have to get super regimented with your schedule. Like everything is accounted for. I mean, Kenny puts on his calendar when he's going to dinner with his girlfriend, right? Drive time, sleep time, like everything needs to be put on the calendar, because most of us come from an environment that was structured for us. Now we're forced to do the structure on our own. And if like you're like myself and Patrick, I have ADD, squirrel, oh my God, things like I have to keep it super focused. And so let's give Patrick a round of applause for reaching his goal last week. Great job, really great job. Who else was able to achieve their goal? Let's go ahead. Kathy achieved her goal from last week. Let's hear what was the goal that you achieved last week?
My goal was 3 appointments, and I have those. I have those. So out of those 3 appointments, I have 2 new buyers, and to pick up 1 recruit. And I have 1 recruit. She's going to be joining us on our team call tomorrow. So she's actually in Westlake Village. So it'll be nice to have somebody down in the LA area we can work with.
Cool.
So that's what I did. Hey, awesome. Patrick, can I just say one thing? Patrick, one thing you said about if you the time you allot is the time it takes. This book, everybody, if you can see it, it's called The 12-Week Year. I highly recommend everybody read this book. It's all about, how people on January 1st, they set goals. Well, this year I'm going to, well, this is like having 4 years within a year. It's called The 12-Week Year. It's an excellent book for showing you how to monetize your time.
Awesome. Love it. Who else was able to reach a goal that they set for themselves last week that want to share in this environment? Feel free to raise your hand or just start speaking. Go ahead. Go ahead, Nicole Penland.
I did my first open house with Storai yesterday. Very excited.
Yes, yes. I love it. I love it. Good stuff. Good stuff. Who else hit a goal that they set for themselves last week? Nobody else did? Or nobody else wants to share?
I had a goal. It just wasn't real estate related, but
okay, let's hear it.
So we, in the middle of the pandemic, ended up buying a feed shop up in Sacramento, and
a weed shop?
A feed, like animal
okay.
feed.
Okay, all right.
And we're coming into our first year, and it's been a crazy ride, but we wanted to overhaul like how we do the change and the cash registers and like all this stuff that we had to learn that we knew nothing about. Now that we have some grounding, we kind of wanted to go back and relive and review everything, get it more streamlined, and we did that. It took us about 3 days to get it done, but we got that all accomplished. So that was pretty cool.
Congratulations. I love it. I love it. You guys, something that Patrick said about setting a deadline for things that you're going to accomplish, you guys need to put some pressure on yourself. Why do you think when you guys come out of a football team is in the locker room at halftime and there's this big giant conversation, you guys have 30 minutes left, you guys need to have this push, there's a deadline, right? That story between who was it? Reggie Miller scores 16 points in 8 seconds or something like that. I don't know if I'm doing the math right, but why? It's because he had a deadline, right? There's a public declaration. What is the public declaration, right? I'm going to win, right? When am I going to win? I'm going to win within this time frame, right? Put that fucking pressure on yourself. Don't just send, oh, I'm going to do this week. When are you going to do it by? When is it going to be done? What are the daily actions that I need to do in order to get that, right? Here's what we're doing right now behind the scenes. I spent 2 hours this morning trying to map out our vision I'm mapping out our vision, and me and the senior leadership team are talking about this. We're talking about our State of the Union address. We're talking about what are our goals already for 2021. Thinking about our committees that we're going to roll out, things that we're going to do as a company, how we're going to talk about our growth, how we're going to do better agent support, what our training look like. All this is going to be done by September. So when we go into October, November, December, we're not thinking about our goals. Like, we are already planning. I'm already planning things that I want to do in the industry. I'm starting a speaker reel because I want to go and speak at all these events throughout the country with Kenny. So I'm going to put together my speaker reel. So I'm already looking onward. We're already planning. We're already doing all of these things, and we're putting deadlines on those things because we have so much riding on this. We have all of you guys looking at us and needing our support. So we're going to make sure that these things are done. So if you did not hit your goal last week, ask yourself this question. First off, was it the right goal for myself? And if I didn't hit it, in the realm of possibility, would I have been able to hit that? And if you did not, why? What is standing in your way? And if you are not doing the things that you need to do in this business, then you need to revision. You need to redream, right? And I love that saying. Focus on the things that you truly. Don't let it be my thoughts. Don't let it be PK's thoughts. Don't let it be Kelly or Garmin's thoughts. Make it real to yourself. So what I want you guys to do today, and I want you to do this every Monday. This is going to be an exercise that we're going to go full circle every Monday. Monday is going to be about motivation and intention and goals for the week. Wednesday, we're going to talk about the market. Friday is going to be a freestyle Friday. We're going to talk about different topics. That's going to be the flow for moving forward in all group coaching. So on Mondays, I want you guys to write down what you will accomplish this week. What are my daily habits that I need to do in order to hit that? And I want you to give yourself a deadline. By Wednesday at this time, I'm going to have my YouTube channel up. By Friday at 10 a.m., I'm going to have X, Y, and Z done. Like, don't waver from these things, you guys. Small milestones every single week. And then we share in this environment. Now, this is not about public shaming, all right? I don't want you guys to get it twisted. This is about helping us to hold each other accountable. I think what we've created here at Fast Real Estate is an environment and a culture around accountability. I don't believe it's micromanagement. I believe that, hey, you said you were going to do these things. You said you wanted to create this for your life and for your kids and for your family. something's not adding up. Where's the disconnect? And I'll help you find that conduit. So Mondays, intention, goals for the week. What am I going to accomplish? And give yourself a deadline. Give yourself a deadline. That way we can share in each other's wins. We can share what we want to accomplish in this environment, and we can push each other. Be like, all right, Ryan, bro, you said you were going to do that. In the realm of possibility, could you have done that? Yeah, well, then what the heck stood in your way? You said you want to do X, Y, and Z. My man, what can we do to better support you? That's the type of environment I want to breed here. So who wants to share with me some thoughts and ideas about the goals that they're setting for themselves this week? What do you want to accomplish this week? PK, I saw you get closer to the mic, so I'm going to turn it over to you for a second. What will you accomplish this week?
I really want to go into a contract this week. So open up a new escrow this week. And then also I want to find one seller lead. I've been really wanting to push for it. And I keep on not prioritizing it. I really want to start prioritizing it. So one seller lead and one contract.
All right. So what are you committed to doing in order to get one seller lead this week?
So I met a couple of developers over the weekend and I got their contacts. But I wasn't really having a conversation about helping them sell their units in San Francisco, but I will contact them and have a conversation. I have 4 leads. So I'm hoping out of the 4, I can turn one into a seller lead.
Good. So write that down, give yourself a deadline, have those conversations. Who else? Who else has a goal, something they want to share that they will accomplish this week? Hit me.
I have one. I've been working with a few different buyers. I've started making calls and I've started being able to partner with some agents. So I have 4 different buyers that I'm working with, and one of them canceled on me this past weekend. And so my goal is to do a better job of just like getting in front of these buyers, like getting out, sending them properties, showing these properties. I want to go on and take at least all of these buyers to see at least 3 homes this week. And if more, great. But at the minimum, we're getting out and seeing 3. And then I need to make at least one connection on these chime leads. Like I've been calling, but I haven't been calling enough, obviously, because I need to get one appointment or one like legitimate conversation, not like a half-assed conversation, but like a legitimate conversation that I can then lock someone down in. And it's just going to be 1 this week. Next week's going to be 2, and then kind of just grow from there. But to get out and start showing the properties to the clients that I'm working with already, and then get have one legitimate conversation and get 1 appointment from calling chime and get back into that.
Love it. Love it. So Christina Darrow, she's been working the lead pawn just like you, brother. She got a, she said she's showing in Gale Ranch this last weekend in San Ramon, 1.2 to 1.3, and she pulled that lead from the lead pawn.
Yeah, you know? I just hear these stories and it's like you're letting money go. Like you're just sitting with the faucet on and you're not putting anything underneath it, you know? So yeah, that's what it is. Like I just hear all these other people's stories and it's kind of like motivating, you know, or not kind of 100% motivating to stop talking about it and get back to it.
That's right. That's right. Well, you heard it there. So who else has something they want to share that they will accomplish this week, that they're committed to accomplishing this week? Anybody else want to share? Go ahead, Gabrielle.
I have some leads that I met at open houses that I've been doing the past few weekends that I need to follow up with better. And so I'm going to make that a priority this week to send them some properties or, you know, call them again and do everything I can do to make sure that I'm not leaving anything on the table with them.
Yeah,
and
I love it.
In general, yeah, same as David, like calling folks from Chime to have some leads in there that I've connected with in the past that I have tasks to follow up with, send a text to. So focus more on the leads that I already have and cultivating them instead of being more future mindset. Focus on basically.
I love it. So Gabrielle, say you did an open house yesterday on on Sunday, 1 to 4 o'clock, 1 to 3 o'clock. You got a list of names. They, signed up on your QR code or they wrote their names down, and you have 10 names and phone numbers. What is the phone call that you have with them? What do you say as soon as you call them?
I mean, it would depend on what conversations we had at the open houses and where they were in the buying process. So, I mean, I guess one good conversation starter is that's safe is to just understand more about where they were in the buying process. And if they had any interest in the home that we saw together, but if not, seeing if I can assist them wherever they're at in that buying process. So kind of like a check-in to see if I can,
Totally.
learn more about them, I would say.
Yeah, I think that's good. I think if you take the approach that, I wanted to get as much feedback as I can from a seller. And I just want to hear from you as the good, bad, and the ugly. What did you like about the house, or what did you not like about the house? Okay, perfect. So how then it leads you into, well, how long have you been looking? You find out a little bit more. You know what? Based on that, I feel like I can help. So I think your approach is astute, and it's right on. It's right in par with what you should be doing. So good stuff. What else, you guys? What are some other goals that you guys want to share for this week that you will commit to accomplishing this week? Go ahead.
I have a goal.
Go ahead, Amy.
I am going to do a video every single day.
Yes.
I have all these opportunities. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm going to do it. And then I don't want to do it because it didn't feel right. I'm kind of embarrassed. I'm with other people. And, I just got to get over that discomfort zone.
Hey,
Yeah.
get the
I'm gonna do
people
a
in your
video.
videos too. Make it more funny.
What's that?
Get
Say
the other
again?
people in your video.
Have people in my video?
Yeah.
Yeah, yes, for sure. I just feel like they're uncomfortable, like, what is she doing? But I mean, it's probably just more me. I know
I'll be in
everyone's
your
doing
video.
it.
David said he'll be in your video.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
He's kind of funny.
Just a little bit. Sometimes. Not all the time. Just a little bit.
So Amy, here's the thing. First things first, hats off to you to have the intestinal fortitude to at least say, I'm going to create video, because I know that this is a challenge for a lot of people. Oh my God, I don't like the light. Oh my God, I had so much sodium yesterday. Like, there's all these fucking things. I get it, you guys. It's the wrong lights, the wrong environment. I don't like the way I sound. Just fucking get over yourself and create a video, right? That's how consumers are retaining information right now. So just get over yourself. Ernesto, go ahead, brother.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I'm probably the least photogenic person you've ever met. I get it from my dad. My dad literally hides from the camera. And my 2 YouTube videos that I've created so far have gotten really, really good traction on. I was at a barbecue yesterday, and a friend of mine told me, hey man, I watched your video. I showed it to my aunt. I know she's not having a good time with her current realtor, so I want to make an introduction. So it's just crazy to think that like 2 videos in, it's already getting like really good attention. So as uncomfortable as it may seem, and I can totally relate, video is so powerful.
And you know what? Let's give Ernesto. Bro, you're pretty photogenic, man. Come on.
I was about to say, bro, you got that smile, man. That goes from
Right?
ear to ear, bro.
Come on, man. People love those dimples.
Thank you.
All right, you guys, let's hear something else. What else do you guys have on your list that you will accomplish this week? Let's hear it, you guys. And don't be shy. Go ahead, Aaliyah.
My goal this week is to finish my onboarding because I want to get access to those chime leads. And I don't have access to them yet.
Yeah. If you guys are sleeping on your onboarding, shame on you. Shame on you. And I'm not picking on you, Aaliyah. You guys need to do this, and you need to not procrastinate. I know it's hard when you first start out. There's a lot of things, but just say, you know what? I'm going to dedicate the next 4 hours and I'm going to get through this list. It's a non-negotiable for you and your business. How am I supposed to build the walls of my empire if I don't have a solid foundation? So spend the time, Aaliyah, give yourself a deadline on your calendar. By this time, by this date, these things will be accomplished. And here's the people that I can lean to for support and for help. And hey, congrats on your listing leads. Leah and I had 2 coaching sessions over the last couple of days. She's working on getting 2 new listings, and so we went over strategy. So great stuff on your end, Leah. It's all coming together. So who else? Let's hear from a couple other people. Some goals that they want to share for the week.
I can say something.
I'm gonna, oh,
Okay, Carmen, in between sets, go ahead.
thank you. Yeah, no, just to piggyback on the video thing. I was really trying to go against adding TikTok. I fucking think it's kind of cheesy, but my daughter's like, Mom, you need to get on TikTok. And I'm like, fuck, okay, fine. So she's going to help me with some of those videos because I do see others using it in real estate. And I'm just like, you know what? I need to get on that bandwagon. So yeah, I'm going to try. I don't know about one a day, but definitely committing to at least one a week. So bear with me. I'm new at it. If it sucks, just like it anyway. And that is all.
Your stuff is funny. I mean, the stuff that you put on social, it's pretty funny. So I think that you're going to do really good with your TikTok. So all right, let's hear from one other person that wants to share their goals for the week. Nicole, the baby is so cute. Let's hear it.
Oh, okay. Really
ahead,
quick,
Alyssa.
Elias, I
Yo.
wanted to say one other thing. So the seller lead that I got this past week, he actually contacted me because he was like doing like real estate searching online, and my videos popped up in the Google searches, and he was like watching my videos, and that's what made him call me. So yes, videos, guys.
Perfect. And listen, Amy, everyone else that's starting to do this, don't overanalyze, don't over edit, just put your rawest form out there because that's what people want to see. You'll get to the place where you're doing professional videos and things like that, and you know, you have your mic and stuff, but this is in its rawest form. You know, just being able to create this. In the coming weeks, we're going to have Patrick do an official training on creating video, your environment, lighting, things like that. So we'll get that on the calendar. We're going to host that at our newest training center in Concord. It's going to be a fire presentation. You guys have all seen his stuff. I think that's going to be great. Go ahead, Ernesto.
I have a question for Leah. What platform are you using? Because I'm curious to see how that puts you on Google. And then secondly, Kenny posted a training in the training Slack channel. There's a workshop in Sacramento. Somebody that's really, really good at video is putting it on. So that could be helpful to some of us. But Aaliyah, I'm curious what platform you use to end up on Google.
I'm posting I usually post all my videos on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube.
It's amazing. Good job.
I usually just post them all like everywhere. And then when I Google myself, like I'll see my videos pop up too, because I want to see what comes up when I Google myself.
That's awesome. Love it. Thank you.
Yeah, I love it. And you guys, here's what I did is I put our group coaching channel. We have a group coaching channel on Facebook, or excuse me, on YouTube. This is where I house all of our sessions together. So if you guys feel like, man, today I was kind of on fire, I said some really, really good shit, I would go back and I would take like clips and phrases from things that we're doing and put it together, share it on social, share it with other agents that are thinking about a change, that want to have an environment that's more like ours. So share that. I just put the link in the chat. Feel free to share that with anybody, and go ahead and you know, if you've said great things or you have great things that you want to share that. I mean, because I'm always there's always takeaways like this revision, redream, like all these stuff that I'm hearing from you guys. Like it's fire, right? You guys always keep me excited and motivated. So, all right, guys, let's come to the tail end of this. We have about 6 minutes. I want to go around the room. I want to hear some of your key takeaways from today's session, and we'll go over to Miss Terry. Miss Terry, how are you? You got a new backdrop over there. I see. Is that a new development at Acadia?
Arcadia, yeah.
Okay.
I'm actually pretty impressed with everybody's comments, especially Kathy, Daniel, with being so transparent and, you know, sharing, because she's been in the business a long time as well. A lot of the newer agents are basically on point. I guess the biggest thing that I have to do myself is being a little bit more aware of what's going on in the market as far as presentation, video, knowledge. I'm starting the process of in the morning printing the market summaries for the area.
Nice.
Because as I'm noticing when you're talking with the Zillow Flex or the Ojo leads, it's just good to have as far as knowledge, because I kind of stay in my little world of new home development. I have an opportunity with one of the developments in Oakley. He said you can have the office Mondays and Tuesdays. The manager doesn't come through here. If somebody walks through, it's all yours. So I have to make a commitment to get over there. It's kind of hard, but he said afternoons are better. So as a lot of times, if you get out there and you start talking to people, he actually did a video with me a while back. So I'm just kind of listening to everybody in these meetings are pretty great.
I love it. I love it. Good stuff. Let's go over to Asha. Asha, you were a guest here today. Are you there? Can you take yourself off of mute? I just wanted to see what your takeaways were from today's session.
Hi. Hello? Can you hear me?
We can, loud and clear.
Yeah. So I came in about 30 minutes ago due to a different obligation, but I'm right now I'm a realtor in Hercules, and I'm kind of looking around for a new brokerage, and Kenny invited me in to kind of see what his group is all about, and I'm going to be on the call tomorrow again. What I take away from it is I like the accountability. People are definitely participating and doing what they should do once a week. Keeping track of your goals, and you have other people here, a support system to stay on top of you, and also you stay on top of yourself. So great call so far.
Awesome. Well, thank you for being here. And we do this 3 times a week. It's Monday, Wednesday, and Friday every week, rain, snow, or shine, unless I am away on vacation. So good stuff. And thank you for being here. Let's go over to Joseph. Joseph, I know that you were a guest with us today. Joseph, what were some of your takeaways from today's session?
Yeah, this was great. I love how it's super positive. Never been part of any coaching Zoom, so this is a first for me. Yeah, I liked how everyone shared their goals. That's something I definitely would like to start my week with. So looking forward to the next one. And just to confirm, you said Wednesday is where you guys talk about the market?
Yeah, so Wednesdays, and we're making a shift. So it's Mondays, it's motivation, intentions, and goals for the week. Yeah. Wednesdays, it's going to be a market discussion where we pick a topic and really talk about the communication around the market. And then on Fridays, it's going to be a freestyle Friday where we pick a topic. We have a roundtable discussion about it.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, excited for the next one.
Awesome, brother. Well, hey, man, welcome. And thank you for being here. So as we close out, I'm going to go to Kelly O'Gorman. Kelly O'Gorman, let's hear your takeaways from today's session. And then I'm going to have Josue take us out on the field or off of the field. So Kelly O'Gorman, takeaways from today's session.
My apologies. My Roomba is on a timer and that it just started.
Unacceptable.
So,
unacceptable.
I'm sorry. But key takeaways: success, life is about resilience. Tough shit is going to happen. You're going to have your heart broken in business, in your personal life, and you're going to have to readjust your vision, your dreams. Emotional endurance is key. And success is also probably like 98% of what you do when no one's watching.
Yeah, hell yeah. We're rewarded in public for what we practice hours and hours in private on. So good stuff. Yeah. Before we head to Josue, I'm going to tell Carmen, you need to turn your hip over into the kick. Okay. You're kicking with your leg. You need to turn your hip over to drive the shin into the bag. Okay. None of this foot kicking. Okay. Drive your hip, shin. Okay, anyways, let's go to Josue. Josue, let's wrap this up.
Hey, I'll tell you what, why don't you get your ass over here in the morning and come show me how it's done?
I love it. Love it. All right, Josue, take us off the field today, brother.
All right, team, it's time to crush it. Let's go put in practice everything we're learning, and let's crush it this week. It's Monday. Come on, let's do it.
I love it. I love it. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. Remember what I said. Success is living, success is breathing, success is motion, and success is constant thought. Get out there and fucking crush your week. Appreciate you all. Jeff, I want to see more of the hashtag follow the fro, so deaf style. You know, like that's what I want to see from you, my man. So have a wonderful, wonderful day. Get out there and crush it. And thank you for always showing up, you guys. Have a great day.